Check good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your location. Thank you so very much for joining me this morning. My name is Shadrick Lusambo, and I'm gonna be your host. Okay, so this morning we have a very interesting conversation, and today is a new week. I'm happy to be back. Weekends we don't meet on Sunday, so yesterday we're having the graduation ceremony for the Ultimate Business and Financial Training students under Platinum Advisory. It was an amazing day. I'm happy to be back. So give me some comments. If you can hear me, please follow me and let me know whether or not I'm loud and clear. It's always good to know that somebody can hear you. So give me some comment. I'm just checking here just to make sure I know we are good. It's always good to know that people can hear you. So yeah, give me some comment. Give me some comment if you can hear me. As I also share with my friends, it's a short conversation. I'm not going to be here for long today because of some commitments that I have, but I'm so happy to be here today and to have this conversation with you. So somebody give me a comment if you can hear me. Please give me a comment. That will be very much nice. Give me a comment and let's get into the bits and the pieces. Please also share the video like you always do. Great. So we can now get into the bits and the pieces of today's session. Please share the video as we delve into 5 accounting books SMEs should use. 5 accounting books that I think SMEs should be able to use at any stage in their business. So please share the video. Share the video, share the video as we get into business. So good morning, Cecilia. Cecilia says loud and clear. Thank you very much. It's good to see you. It's a very good morning. So what are some of the books that an SME should be able to use? What books and what are the benefits? Thank you so much for those, you know, thank you so much for those people that are sending me stars. I've received about 715 stars. There's always somebody who sends me as soon as we start and I receive those stars. I'm very grateful. Thank you. So please share the video. Help me share the video, guys. Please share the video. Share the video with me. Share the video as we start. So I want to share with you some accounting books that I strongly believe are very helpful and they are good and important for every SME to understand and just to know. These are books that are going to help you in many respects, not just in your business, but also there will come a time when you will need to get some funding. And financiers, they like to ask for books, they like to check for things. You may want to get a loan. So I want to just give you a brief overview. Number one, before I give you the 5 books that I think are very important for every SME, I want us to understand financial statements as an SME. What are financial statements and why are they important for you and SME? So please make sure you follow me very closely and please share the video. Keep sharing the video. Keep sharing the video. You guys are awesome. Yes, I've seen some shares. Yes, Louis says good morning. All right. Mutale says good morning. Thank you very much, Mutale. Great, great, great. Cecilia is there. Okay, great. Fantastic. So please share the video, share the video, share the video as you always do. Thank you so much for the shares. Thank you so much. So now let's first of all understand financial statements, and I'm going to give you quick 5 books you need to understand. First of all, why financial statements matter for SMEs. Why are they important for you as an SME? Understand this. Financial statements are the backbone of any successful business. There is no successful business without financial statements because financial statements, they keep records of what has been done and of course what you hope to accomplish. So for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, understanding these documents is not just important, it's extremely essential for your growth. There'll come a time in your life where your business grows, there's demand, you need funding. Financiers and banks and all those people that provide funding, they will need to look at your books and they'll ask for financial statements. So you have to understand you need these books no matter how you look at it. Whichever way you get them is not important. What's important, you must have these books. So because they provide, a much more clear picture of your business's financial health. Financiers don't want to invest in a company they can't understand. The reason why you don't buy shares in a company that is not on Luce is because you trust Luce. You know, companies on Luce are well scrutinized, very good corporate governance. The government protects those investors who invest on that market, well organized. So you go and buy shares. Audited financial statements, everything is clear and transparency is promoted. That's why you go and buy shares on Luce because those companies are audited. So for you as an SME, having financial statements improves your credibility, both for your partners who may not be part of the business, and most importantly for funders, people want to finance your business. No one's going to give you funding if you have no financial statements. There's nobody in this world who do that because they need to look at financial statements and see what you have done. Unless you are just coming up with an idea, then you are pitching for yeah, that may work. So this is very crucial also for making informed decisions as an SME because you're going to see uh, where you're doing well, where you're not doing well. You're going to find ways of getting funding, what funding might be suitable for your business, what type of loan can you get, it a short-term loan, long-term loan, or just some type of funding. You can also attract investors through financial statements. So very important. Now let's get into the business. Guys, please keep sharing the video. Please share the video. So now I'll give you two examples of financial statements before I give you the 5 books you must have. One of them that you must know as an SME is the income statement. You just have to know this statement. There's no two ways about it. Why is the income statement important for you as an SME? Number one, income statement tracks your revenue. Revenue is income from ordinary activities. When you sell stuff on a daily basis, those are your revenues. So you have to track them. You're also able to track expenses to the income statement. Things that you spent on ordering things, selling things, distribution costs, admin costs, all those costs are recorded in the income statement. So it's extremely important. But even most important, the income statement shows you the profit over a specific period in time. So you're able to know exactly how much profit you have within a specific period of time. Okay, 2025 I had so much profit. 2024 I had so much profit. 2023 I had so much profit. Because you have the income statement. It gives you a clear picture of where your money went, where your money came from, and how much you have to spare. Very important statement to understand. That's just a quick overview. Number two, the income statement helps you to understand whether you're making money or you're just incurring losses. Because you're going to look at the incomes and expenses. If you have more expenses in the income statement, then you have less income revenue coming in. Then you're able to tell we're not making profits in here. So it's a very important statement. You have to make sure you understand the income statement. If you don't know how to prepare one, I can teach you how to do that. Stay tuned. Number three reason you have to understand the income statement is because, let me give an example. Let's say we have a bakery. You bake stuff as a bakery owner. The income statement can help you see how much you are spending on raw materials compared to how much you are selling on those bread, whatever it is that you're making, scones, samosas. You can tell how much exactly you spent on flour, you spent on employees, you spent on taxes, you spent on everything, able to tell from the income statement. Then you can also tell how much you spent selling those things because able to record the revenues, the cash flow that is coming in the business, able to record the revenues from the income statement. So it's a very important statement to have a much more clear picture of your operations. Statement number two you must understand is the balance sheet, which we famously call as the statement of financial position. Now, a balance sheet is one statement that shows the financial muscle of the business at a particular moment in time. Okay, it gives you a picture of how is your muscle. For example, it shows you the assets that you have today, the liabilities that you have today. It also shows you the equity that is available in the business. It shows you the assets, it shows you the liability, but of course the equity, the owner's stake in the business. So you're able to tell from the balance sheet. So the balance sheet is a very good example of how to track your assets. So if you have a balance sheet and there are no assets, you're able to tell, fine, my business is having revenue, but I don't have assets. If I begin to make losses, how do I survive? So you're able to track progress through the balance sheet, the statement of financial position. It shows you how much money the business has right now, how many assets they have right now, and what they owe right now. Then it's also able to show you how much money the business owners have put into the business. It's also able to show you the long-term liabilities of the business, but also the long-term non-current assets of the business. So it's a very good statement to understand the overall scope of the business. Extremely important. Statement number three that you need to have is simply the cash flow statement. You need to understand this as a business owner. What's a cash flow statement? What does it do? The cash flow statement tracks the inflow and outflow of cash in the business. It tracks how much money is coming in the business and how much money is going out in the business. So unlike the income statement and the balance sheet, which may contain a lot of transactions, the cash flow acts as a snapshot. It shows what's available right now, where the money came from, where the money went, and whether there's enough to pay salaries. You're able to tell right now. So it's a very important statement, especially for busy business owners and busy investors. It helps you to understand how you're going to manage your day-to-day operations and how you're going to meet your obligations or your abilities. It's a very good statement to understand as a business owner. So learn how to prepare these kind of statements. When you go for funding, financiers will ask for these kind of statements from you. So at least educate yourself a little bit about the statements. Extremely important. Now let me give you the accounting books that I think the SME should use. So we've talked about three statements: income statement, balance sheet, and the cash flow. Now I want to give you 5 books that I strongly believe are essential for you to begin to understand and begin to use in your business today. If you are serious about growth, if you don't use these books, forget growth, forget funding. Nobody's going to fund you. Nobody's going to take you seriously. People just look at you as some joker just running around trading stuff. You need these books in your business right now. No matter how small a business is, you need these books. Number one book that you need. Guys, please share the video. Help me share the video. Please help me share the video. Help me share the video. The number one book that you need in your business. Remember, I would say if you can't sell, you're not in business. Business is about making sales. If you can't make sales, you're out of business. It's as simple as that. So you have to have the sales ledger. This is your number one book as a business owner. As an SME, you must have the sales ledger. A sales ledger is one of the easiest books you can prepare in your life. It simply contains a column for, sales transaction, and of course your how much money is coming in your business. Just a record of all sales, every single sale that you ever made in your life is recorded in the sales ledger. That's simple as that. It's a very simple book. Then there's something called the purchases ledger, book number 2. So number 1, give me comments, guys. Sales ledger, number 1 book, because investors, financiers want to see, are you actually making sales? If you're making sales, who are you selling to? Are you selling to yourself or you're selling to actual real human beings? How much money is coming in? Sales ledger records all the sales transactions, every sales transaction. It helps to build credibility, also to just know whether or not there's demand for your products, just by assessing your sales. Number 2, purchases ledger. Give me a comment now, guys. Number 1, sales ledger. Number 2, purchases ledger. Somebody give me a comment. Purchases ledger. A purchases ledger is the opposite of the sales ledger. Sales shows what you are receiving, what you are selling. Purchases shows how much money you are spending buying stuff. So it tracks all the expenses and the prices of the business. So financiers can assess and say, oh, what has he been buying? Where has he been spending the money? Even yourself, you can tell, what have I been buying? Where is my money going? So it's a very important ledger to have as an SME. Extremely important. Right? Here's number 3. Number 3, I can't even begin to explain why this is so important. The cash book. Someone give me a comment, say cash book. Number 3, cash book. The cash book monitors daily cash inflows and outflows. So it shows the incomes, the inflows and the expenses. So it shows the cash ins and the cash outs on a daily basis. So you're able to tell, if I come to your business today in the evenings, I should be able to know how much money came in today and how much money went out today from your cash book. So it monitors the daily cash inflows and outflows. And investors love this because they're able to tell, how long does money stay in your business? If money comes today, how long are you able to hold on to money? Do you just spend all of it one time, or do you keep it? Or how long do you keep it? Do you keep it for too long? It's not multiplying. What do you do? They're able to track from that. So it's extremely important to understand the cash book. Simply receipts and payments. So easy. Okay. Number 4 is the general ledger. Somebody give me a comment. General ledger. The general ledger is a book that summarizes all financial transactions, forming the basis for financial statements. So before we can prepare our financial statements, the information that we put in the income statement, in the balance sheet, in the cash flow statement, we all get this information from the general ledger because it contains all these ledger accounts. Then we consolidate and then begin to make the financial statements. And number 5, book number 5 for SMEs is this: payroll. Payroll. You must have some type of payroll. It's extremely important. This one ensures all financial transactions. This ensures that there's accuracy in the payment of salaries and, of course, compliance with tax obligations. You don't want to have a business that's not compliant. Nowadays, if you go to get a contract in government, they'll ask you, give us your NEMA, give us your tipping certificate, give us your. They want all this documentation. They want to make sure they are paying somebody who is compliant. If you don't have NEMA, you don't have a tax certificate, you don't have all these documents, they won't pay you. They have to wait for you to go and they have all this documentation. It has happened to me. That's how I learned about it. I was expecting a payment, then told me, don't go and bring us your NEMA, go and bring us this, go and. Then I had to now do everything just at once to make sure next time I don't have a problem. So make sure you have these books in your business. So the question therefore comes is, why is bookkeeping crucial for SMEs? Some of you are not understanding. You're just simply saying, why is Shadrick saying this is important? Why do I need books? I know my money. I know how much I make. I can count for myself. I can tell somebody how much I made yesterday. But why is these 5 books so important? Let me give you a reason. Number one, okay? These books, they are going to help you improve your decision making. Remember, for you to become successful in this economy, you need to make data-driven decisions. Don't trust your memory. When you're upset, your girlfriend pisses you off, your wife or your mom, whatever it is, your workmates, you forget certain things. But if you have records, it will be easier to refer to what happened yesterday, the other day, and even last year. So you can make an informed financial decisions. You can establish trends from your accounting books to see what has been the trend over the past 6 months. It helps to make informed decisions. All right. It helps to know when to invest the money, when to cut costs, and when to expand. Most people are struggling. They're saying, how do I expand? When can I diversify? It's because they don't have books. If you have books, you're going to assess trends. You're going to see where opportunities are coming from, where there are too many costs, where to cut or not. Very important. Reason number 2 why you need books as an SME is for tax compliance. When you have proper bookkeeping, it will be easy to know how much taxes you're owing the authorities. Those people who don't know their books, usually they overpay in taxes. Then they begin to claim. They know it takes 6 months, takes a year before you can get a claim. And in most cases, you're never given a claim. They simply set you off, which is bad because you're losing money in taxes, which you should be able to save. So once you know your books, it will help you to be tax compliant, but pay the right amounts of tax. Very important. Number 3, why you need financial statements and need to understand accounting books is it's going to enhance your financial health. Everybody trusts a person who keeps records. Banks, financiers, everybody. Your financial health will be more improved because you'll be able to make decisions in real time. You're going to see what is going on. So it's easier to secure loans. It's easier to attract investors. It is also easy to maintain good and credible financial statements because you have records. You're not fishing, you're not remembering from your head. Every time something happens, you record it. So you are more accurate and you're more confident in your books and what you're doing. But even most importantly, having books helps you to track growth. You're able to tell last year we made $10,000. This year I've made $17,000. And our projection is to make how much? To make it $20,000. So now this is month number 1. Where are we? Are we moving according to plan or not? Are we going to meet our estimates or not? It's able to help you with that because you've got the financial books. So there are lots of benefits, like I've told you, when it comes to keeping books as an SME. There's clear financial insights. You're going to have clarity about your profitability, about your cash flows. You're going to have clarity about your operational efficiency. Whether are you efficient in your operations? You're going to identify areas of waste where you're overspending the money. You're going to enhance what is called the credit worthiness, like I've talked about. It's extremely important for banks and investors to trust you, and they are more likely to trust you if you have records because they can trust. Banks don't trust word of mouth. No financial trust word of mouth. They want to see records because that is proof. But also it's good for future planning. Because if you have books, it will simplify your budgeting process. You even spend less money because you have what you need. All you have to do is to simply make focus. So it's very important that as an SME, you make sure you have books. It's extremely, extremely important. If you don't have records, my friend, 6 months from now, you'll forget. I hear people when you tell them how much do you make. Sometimes we make 20, Penangu 17, sometimes 30, sometimes 50. They don't really know. Why are you making this money? They don't know. Which one is your most biggest expense? They don't know. Where is your money coming from? They don't know. They say, God has been kind. God has been faithful. Yes, we know he has been faithful, but what have you done right for him to bless you? Because we know God does not bless laziness. There must be something you've done right that God is blessing. What is it? They don't know because there are no records. So, understanding financial statements and maintaining proper accounting records is not just for large corporations. You have to understand that it's a very vital practice for SME because it enables better decision making, like I've said, financial health, and of course, growth opportunities. So as you run your businesses, please find ways of keeping financial records. It's extremely, extremely important. And this, my friends, is what I thought we should share for today. If there's any question, I'll be happy to respond. Okay. So yes, shout out to Cecilia, shout out to Mtale, shout out to Luis, shout out to Robinson, Nobaden, Jungu, and shout out to Jones Mainga. He says it's informative. Thank you. It's good to see you. Shout out to Molly M. Kungwama. It's good to have you. Thank you so much. Shout out to Felix Simfukwe Jr. Says very informative. Good morning. Thank you very much. Shout out to Mwangala Lubindao. Says good morning. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Louis says books provide quality for the business and good for future planning. Exactly. That's the point. Shout out to Lewanikan Samau says he's following. Thank you very much, Lewanikan Samau. It's good to have you here. So all of you who've joined me and those who've helped me share, I want to say thank you very much for your kindness and for sharing. Please keep sharing this video. And I'm going to see you tomorrow morning, same time, for another episode of the Shadrick Morning Rise Show. Just before I say bye, there's a question from Lucas L. Mwanza who says, which accounting software can you recommend for a growing construction business? Okay, for a growing construction business. No, here's the issue. There's no specific accounting software that one can say you can use. Here's what I've always said. Use a software that you understand. Okay? Don't use what other people are. For me, for example, I can say use QuickBooks because it's easy to use. Right? It's very easy to use. I can say, can you use Zero? Zero is very easy to use. I use Zero myself. I can advise to go and say use. There are lots of softwares. The bottom line is the best software is one that you understand, one that is easy for you to use. If I say go and do Sage Evolution, it might work for you, but it's a bit sophisticated to use and even more expensive. So there are lots of cheaper software that you can use, like Manager, like Zero, like QuickBooks, Zoho. All these are very good softwares you can use. Even just the Plan Guru software, it's very good to use. It can help you out. So there are lots of them that you can use. There's no specific software I can recommend. There are thousands of softwares for accounting purposes. So use one that is easy to use for you that you understand. All right, that's a good question. David Muzimu, it's good to have you. Thank you so much. I see the comment. Great. So Lucas, hope we've answered your question. I'm not going to give you a specific software because there's just a handful of them. Yeah, he says thank you so much. Thank you. Great. All right, guys. It's bye for now. See you tomorrow. And thank you for the stars. Now I have got 716 stars. Thank you for the stars. May God bless you. And we'll see you tomorrow, same time. So it's bye for now. You guys are amazing.